Welcome back, everyone. Congress wants to know why the SEC didn't see a problem with appointing David Becker as chief counsel for the Bernie Madoff investigation, because it turns out Becker had $2 million of family money invested with Madoff.
The chairman of the Oversight and Government Reform Committee, General Counsel, will be questioning the SEC chief later today. He joins us live from Washington, D.C. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Steve.
I understand your first question to Mary Shapiro is going to be, what were you thinking?
That's pretty much it, Steve. It's amazing that Becker has come in and he's told us that he went to her in addition to the ethics review process. And I'm going, but why did either one of them, much less both of them, clear him to intervene in a very extraordinary way and attempt to change the calculation of the very money that is now being asked to be clawed back from his mother's estate, when in fact he took it out and was hoping to keep all of that $2 million.
Right, because initially, it's my understanding, his mother's investment with Bernie Madoff was $500,000. And then over a course of several years, it went up to a net worth of $2 million. At that point, they took it out. But wouldn't that be the first question of Chairman Shapiro when she's hiring the general counsel with the SEC? Do you have any conflict of interest? Have you ever done any business with Bernie Madoff?
Well, it certainly should have been a disclosure question. It should have been the kind of proactive. But even if it wasn't, he went to her before he began intervening,
right,
and he got nothing from her as far as we can tell. He went to his own subordinate, basically for ethics clearance, got it in 25 minutes, and then he proceeded to systematically attempt to reopen and change the calculation of how much he could keep and ones like him who had gotten their money out. It baffles the imagination that they wouldn't see this as not only a conflict, but a betrayal.
Sure. And so they knew that he had skin in the game. But there he is acting on the government's behalf, essentially, would you say, Congressman, stacking the deck in his favor?
He attempted to stack it in his favor. It appears as though he failed, which may be the only salvation for the SEC, is that the damage he tried to do, he didn't succeed in doing. But if you're one of the Madoff, many of the Madoff victims who met with him, he didn't disclose it to them. He basically was running a scheme on them, well, in fact, claiming that he was going after the very money that they had stolen from them.
It's amazing, and this is what you're going to be talking about in a hearing today. And we thought that porn at the SEC was the only problem. Now we're finding out that there were other issues.
This is one of the questions for the chairwoman is, what have you done to change the culture of an organization that you came in saying was failed? It appears as though you inherited an organization with problem, and you're going to be leaving an organization with every bit as big a problem if this is an example of how you're running things.
Sounds like another great hearing today on Capitol Hill. General Counsel from California. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Steve. Great.